Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see if I can get a little facial action going on here with some magic. Hello, hey, what's up, Mike? What's going on with you? Ooh, I think I like that. Welcome again to We Love LA, where we talk about fun, freedom, and fulfillment. And I am your host today, Sheena. So, just wanted to talk to you today. We do have a word of the day, and the word of today is actually going to be self-sufficient. And so I wanted to share with you what is self-sufficient and why are we going to be talking about that today. Well, just wanted to share that word because I was actually having a conversation. Hi sis, hi Aisha, how are you? Let me double tap you to get the hello. Welcome on the call. So, self-sufficient. So, self-sufficient, I know a lot of people kind of get that word confused with independent. And it is a form of independency, but self-sufficient is more about being sufficient for your own self, not necessarily being independent where you don't need anybody else. But self-sufficient is where I'm able to take care of the things that I've created. I am able to still go out and do what I need to do that is going to take care of my everyday life. Now, when it comes down to the things that I'm not able to do, that's why you get yourself a partner. So your partner is going to be the other half of the things that you can't do, and vice versa. So say, for instance, a good example, there's a husband and wife or man, whatever, whoever's a partner, and one person they're really good at, one person is good at cooking, and the other person is good at kind of like putting things together and stuff like that. And so necessarily you both are really sufficient in those things, but if you come together, now you're actually bridging a gap on, well, this person is not that great and this person is not that great, but we're both good at something completely different, and now we can bridge it together to where now it works in harmony. Now, just because one person is not good at cooking doesn't mean that they are not independent. It just means that they're just not good at cooking. But if they're partnered with somebody that's actually good at something, then they will be able to make that happen. So, just had to take a little sip. So that word was really kind of inspiring for me because I was actually I came across this book a few years ago. A good friend of mine, her name is Marilyn. Miss Marilyn, she is the owner of Catered Occasions. I met her about maybe 3 years ago. She's a really good friend of mine, and she makes some awesome and amazing food when it comes down to big events, small events. If you need a personal chef, she's really, really good at some of her food that she make. Also, during the winter time, she makes some amazing eggnog. She also makes some eggnog that are vegan friendly, so don't discriminate. Her eggnog is the bomb. And I've actually displayed some of her eggnog on my feed before. So once we get closer towards the holiday season, you will see me post up some of that eggnog. And if anybody want to place any orders, just DM me and let me know to where I can most definitely get you a quart. I know she charges, I think, probably about $30. It's well worth more than that. So absolutely love it. But Miss Marilyn, she has a really good friend. Her name is Janice Dyson, and she wrote this book, It Could Happen to You, but Let's Hope Not. So it's a memoir. It's a book that she wrote of herself, and the word of the day of self-sufficient made me think of this book. So I'm gonna do a little zoom in so y'all can see. I know it's backwards, but you get the gist of it all. So what is this book about? So it's actually been I think I read this book about 3 years ago. As a matter of fact, yes, I read this book about 2 years ago. And what I loved about her story was that, she came from, a working class home family, and I think she was from back from the South, but her and her family moved out to Los Angeles. And I believe back in the 70s and the 80s and the 60s, a lot of redlining was still happening, and it just so happened that when it came down to a lot of professional Black people of the time, they were only able to live in certain areas, and it just so happened that the Baldwin Hills area, which is or the Ladera Heights area, that used to be Black Beverly Hills. And so just a little LA history, because this is We Love LA. The Black Beverly Hills was the area where you had a lot of your Hollywood actors and actresses that stayed there, like I believe Red Fox, also I believe Florida, that's not her real name, Florida Evans from Good Times, but a lot of those people, they did live over there, and that was the Black Hollywood at that time. And so, her story was that, she always had this dream and this vision. Hi, Happy Days. I'm coming to visit to get some churros. Oh, sidebar. Everybody, Happy Days Cafe is in Sherman Oaks on Ventura Boulevard. When I tell you, they have the best churros ever, and they also have a vegan churro for my vegan friendly family, so check them out. So that whole area in Los Angeles, which is going to be an area that she always had inspired to go and live one day. And so when she was a kid, she had a mentor that or she had some classmates to where she was able to go to another school in that district, and she was able to see the difference on how these other people lived and how she was able to live. As a matter of fact, her mother was a housekeeper for some people that worked in that lived in that area, and so she had this envision, like, oh my gosh, this was so amazing, like I want to live here, I want to have this, and so she worked at it. It just so happened she came across being a stenographer, stenographer, where the typist in court, correct me if I'm wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. So she wanted to be that as a profession, because she knew that they made pretty good money. She was really good at it. She went to school and she learned how to really, really type, but she couldn't pass the test. And so she tried taking the test over and over and over again. And it just so happened that, she just really could not pass that test. Now, she was working for an agency to where she was able to get jobs through the agency under their license, but she didn't have her own personal license. And so it just so happened she came across a really big case that somebody was like, I don't want that one. I'm tired. I'm going home. And so it just so happened she gave that case to her, and she took on that job. And it just so happened that everybody in the courtroom loved her work. They loved how proficient she was, to where they kept hiring her on. Hi sis, hey Marilyn, thank you, welcome to my live. Miss you, I can't wait to see your face. So I'm sharing the story about Miss Janice Dyson, and so she basically was putting her skills out there, and everybody loved how proficient she was. They loved how professional she was, how fast and efficient, everything. And so it just so happened that, she didn't have her license, she wasn't able to, but they still was able to use her work. Sidebar. Just because you don't have education, and just because you may not have the credentials, as long as you have some kind of experience is always going to trump the person that may have the degree but no experience. So my little sidebar, when it comes down to you wanting to achieve something or do something, go after it, and don't let nobody tell you just because you don't have the credentials it's not good enough. But anywho, I digress. So once she started really making a lot of money doing this business, doing that job as a stenographer, she just basically came up with the idea, Instead of me going to school and spending more money to become an employee, she started thinking, what if I start my own agency with the money that I've raised from doing what I love to do and what I already know how to do, raised the money, opened up her own agency, and she was able to hire all of the people or all of the girls that was already licensed, that had already passed the test. And so it just so happened that she didn't even need to get her license, because when it comes to being a business owner, you don't need education. All you need is to pay the money for the license. So all I say to that is that she had a very successful business when it came to hiring all of the girls who had their license already. She already had good rapport from a prior job that she had, to where she had on all of these contracts with the city of Los Angeles. She has so many contracts, big paying contracts, and her business was booming. And then that dream that she had about living into the Baldwin Hills, Ladera area, she was able to accomplish that. And she did it. Now, yeah, she was married, she had a family and everything, but just because she had accomplished that did not make her, I'm independent, I'm a strong black woman, and I don't need no man. No, that was not her. She was being self-sufficient and knowing that I have a dream, I want to be able to do this, and my partner, my husband, my man, we can make it happen. As long as you have that drive and that partner, or that somebody that's going to support you, everything is possible. And so don't want to share a little bit too much about the story. The story is absolutely amazing, but just the whole fact of her being self-sufficient and knowing that I have the drive, I need to do what I need to do to take care of me. Reading this book had really, really inspired me into really understanding the fact that, hey, don't beat yourself up. Don't be so hard on yourself. And whatever that you love to do, just go after it and just do it. It's not going to hurt if you fall, but what's going to hurt is if you're too afraid to fall, and now you let all of these years go by and all of your dreams and your ideas is not, you didn't even push yourself to even try to make it happen. And so thank you, sis. Just do it. I mean, look, be like Nike and just do it. Cheers. I like that one, sis. So yes, I mean, we have to be self-sufficient for our own selves, because this was a good story I shared with a good friend of mine. So again, self-sufficient. We all need to be self-sufficient when it comes to ourselves before we get into any relationship. And that's any kind of relationship. It doesn't matter if this is a partnership for love, if this is a partnership in business. You have to have your own foundation set. Now let's just use a couple that's just in love. Now say if I meet some guy and it just so happened I'm like, oh, okay, well, I came with my student loans, I came with my bills, and my mindset, I'm meeting this guy so he can start paying my stuff that I came with. That's not right nor fair. Now, ladies, I know some of you guys may like that, but what if a man came to us and was like, oh, well, I got this cell phone bill, and I got, my car note, I was already paying this stuff before I met you, but now, we in this relationship together, let's go 50-50 on paying my car note. How would you feel? You'd be like, hell no. So even though that a man's job that we think that is supposed to take care of us, yes, to a certain extent, you take care of each other. But the things that you've already have in your relationship, that's what you need to be responsible for. And if you can take care of your own responsibilities, that make you self-sufficient. And that's making sure your own foundation is being taken care of. Because if you have all of your stuff taken care of, and then your partner has all of his stuff taken care of, not saying that, oh, your bills and my bills are separate, but no, my stuff is already taken care of, where if I just so happen to not be able to make it this month, I already got reserves to take care of that, to where I don't have to ask you to take care of it, because that's your responsibility. Now, if it just so happen that something happens, yes, you should be able to go to your partner for help. But to be like, oh no, that's what you're supposed to do, no. So now that, because both of you two are set, now you can create the foundation. So here is you and here he is, and now you both can come together and create some more foundation on top of your foundation and bridge it together. See, if I was to move this hand away, you know, the book is going to fall, because I'm trying to put all my responsibilities on him and vice versa. But if both people come correct, now you can be able to hold up anything. And so now you can come into harmony. Now you can build that foundation of growing a pyramid, or growing a home, or being able to grow anything. And so, yes, that's self-sufficient. Now, if you are this strong, independent woman, I don't need no man, more power to you. No love lost, no hate. All I'm saying is, just let's understand the difference between self-sufficient and independent. That's all. So, needed to take a drink on that one. So, it just so happens that I love to give shout outs to people. Earlier, I gave a shout out to my favorite churro place in Sherman Oaks. Anybody that loves pastries, pies, coffee, lattes. I am a foodie. I love to eat. Yeah, it may not look like it, but I'm hiding right now. Give me a month. But but they are absolutely amazing. If you're ever in the Valley, Happy Days Cafe, look them up, Google. Follow them on Instagram too. It's Happy Days Cafe. Super amazing. Also, if you're looking for a personal chef or a caterer, shout out to my girl. Her name is Marilyn Caldwell, but you can find her on Instagram also at Catered Occasions. Super amazing. I don't do a lot of seafood, but she ended up making some kind of shrimp gumbo scampi kind of a thing, and she had king crabs. Some things were huge, and I'm afraid of exoskeleton because I'm a weirdie. But yeah, it was worth me grabbing the fork and getting that out of there. It was super good. So follow her, and you may be able to find Janice Dyson as well. So again, this is her book. The book is called It Could Happen to You, but Let's Hope Not. Again, I didn't want to share all of her story, because her story is about, you know, how she worked hard for her success, and, you know, life happens. And, you know, word of the day again, self-sufficient. I did try to be all fancy and have it in some different languages. But if you want to learn some Spanish, Portuguese, or Italian, self-sufficient is all pronounced the same way. So autosufficiente for those three. If you want to learn a little bit of French, autosuffisant. I might be saying it wrong. Vietnamese, tuk tuk. So, a little bit of lesson learning today. I hope you all enjoy having a little live time. Oh, I'm sipping on my peach Bellini, so absolutely love peach Bellini. And if anybody ever want to take me out, give me a peach Bellini. I love it. If anybody want to give me, take me to go get some food, I love sweets. So let's all have fun. Again, this is all about fun, freedom, and fulfillment. Let's all be able to live life. I know we're going through this whole quarantine thing. Stay safe, everybody. Also, you know, thank you for popping in with me. Double tap or like, hit the like button. Follow me at We Love LA. Also, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Where are we going now, So have everybody have an amazing time. Be safe. If you're going out, wear your mask and wash your damn hands like the governor said. Peace.